Today, join us for a full video tour of the brand new Queen Anne cruise ship by Cunard. We will take you deck by deck of this beautiful ship, showing you everything on board, including restaurants, pools, bars, lounges and suite areas. Let's get started. This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Well, ahoy there, cruisers! Well, let's get started on deck number 11 and take a look at the Queen Anne sign there with the big red funnels, which are famous on Cunard Line. Now, this was our first ever ship by Cunard that we've been on, and we were shocked. So stay tuned because you are in for a treat. This is just some of the outdoor areas on deck 11, and then as you can see, it's quite nice. We like all of the theming. There's games and things all around the decks.
Yeah, really nice, and little touches. For example, these sunbeds are a different colour to what you usually see on cruise lines. Makes this feel a little bit more classy than we've seen before.
Definitely, it's very different from a lot of the ships that we've been on recently. It's much more traditional and what you expect a cruise ship to be like. Anyway, back on deck 11 again, we're just walking along the back of the ship. So this is the aft area of the ship. There's lots of sun lounges as well as a smoking area here as well, and a variety of chairs and seating areas as well.
There's also a bar up here, which is super handy if you want to grab yourself a drink. And for some reason on Cunard, I always feel like I need to drink a martini.
I know it does feel very posh, and as we said, we were really surprised and thrilled to finally get on board a Cunard ship. Let us know if you've sailed with Cunard before in the comment section below, and let us know what it was like, because we know they've got 4 ships now, which is great. I love all of the little touches of the wood. We found that the quality of the furniture and things was really high end. There's also a small sports court on deck 12 just above this area as well. Then you get some great views to the decks below as well, the back pool area.
Now, this pool area feels quite different to what you usually see on other cruise lines. This is our deck 9, and it has one large pool with 2 hot tubs that all overlook the aft of the ship. Feels very traditional and very lovely.
Yeah, I've got to say, we really love the theming, even though this is Southampton, so it's a bit miserable outside. Just imagine it with blue skies. It really was lovely. Again, lots of sun lounge areas. This area, as David said, is located on deck 9, and it's known as the aft sun deck. All around the deck, you've got different seating areas and places to chill out and relax. There's also a stage in front of the pool as well. So on the left hand side here, you'll see some seating areas that we're about to take a look around, and this is one of the speciality restaurants. So this is an extra pay restaurant. There's a little alfresco eating area outside. Then inside you've got the main restaurant. It's called Aranya. This is the Indian restaurant, so spices of India. And we just love the theming here. One thing that we especially loved, and it's something that you're going to see throughout the ship, are all of those windows. Those big panoramic windows making the area super bright. But we do love how modern this looks as well.
Yeah, and I like how small and intimate it feels, because this is an extra charge restaurant, and I like how it feels like a little special experience compared to the bigger main dining rooms, which you'll see later on in this video. And just across on the opposite side of the ship, you've got Tramonto, which is another extra charge dining venue that serves Mediterranean flavours.
Now, Cunard calls the extra pay restaurants alternative dining. So if you see that, that means that it's going to be an extra charge. There is inclusive dining as well, which we're going to show you in a little while. But again, this restaurant is really lovely. We're loving the modern, traditional feel. Lots of colours as well. So they haven't shied away and haven't went all grey and boring and magnolia. They've pumped a little bit of personality into this ship. And it's something that we were really surprised by in a good way, because we love to see this. It's really great. Anyway, we've got the food hall as well, which is the buffet on board, and this is located in between those 2 restaurants as well. And it is a really, really big buffet, lots of seating. Again, you've got those lovely panoramic windows, and one thing that we really like about this buffet is that it's all behind glass, so you are served the food by the crew. So there's nobody touching dirty tongs if they choose not to wash their hands. The food looked great. We didn't really get to try that much because we were on the ship only a little while, but the buffet itself was very impressive.
Yeah, and as usual, the buffet is open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's a great alternative option if you don't want the formal sit-down evening meal. You can just pop up here and grab something quick and casual.
Yeah, there looked to be a big selection as well. Lots of different stations. We saw pasta stations, bread stations, dessert stations, and there was also drinks around the buffet as well, including a help yourself serve station with complimentary things like juice, water, teas and coffee. This is on deck 9 still. Now at the back of the ship again on deck 9, just taking a look at the other side now, and you'll see that there's a bar up here as well. Again, great windows. We're just loving all of these windows, so no matter where you really are on the ship, you get a great view of the sea, and that's something that we really appreciate. We can imagine this being a great spot in the Mediterranean or somewhere warm, and just hanging out having a drink at sunset. It really would be wonderful.
So going from deck 9 up to deck 10 now, there's some small little seating areas just up here, and then we're going to go into 2 more of the extra charge alternative dining venues. The first one is Ajiwa, and this is a Japanese restaurant.
Again, we're just loving the vibrancy of the ship and all of the different theming. It really is wonderful. And again, these 2 restaurants have panoramic windows all around, which we're very pleased about. So yeah, this is an extra pay restaurant that flavours of Japan and the artistry of skilled cooks in an authentic dining experience. It really does sound lovely. There's also a sushi bar in here as well, and that sounds great as well. So David would be very happy indeed. And the other restaurant on the other side pays homage to Cunard's founder, Sir Samuel's. So this is a culinary experience of steak and seafood, and it's a real staple here on Cunard. And again, it's a really, really lovely restaurant. You can book all of these restaurants either on board, but we recommend doing it before you get on board by logging into Cunard on their website. And they have a cruise planner where you can book everything like drinks packages, restaurants, and all of that stuff. So do that before you get on the ship. It's our top tip. Now on either side as well, there's a small alfresco seating area which looks down on the aft pool area. So in lovely weather, this would definitely be the place to eat in our opinion. Squarespace is your all-in-one solution for creating your online presence. Quickly and easily design a website that reflects your unique vision and captivates your audience on any device. You don't need any experience in design or coding, and that's the reason we chose to build our website using Squarespace. And with the brand new Squarespace Blueprint, a guided design system, you'll start building a completely personalized website. Choose from loads of professional layouts and templates and customization options to create a digital space that resonates with your audience and brand. Unlock the potential to be discovered quickly with integrated SEO tools and seamlessly optimize your website to be seen by more people. And with the Squarespace app for iOS and Android, you have the power to edit your website, track analytics, and manage your website from anywhere. It's perfect for us because we're always traveling. Whether you're a blogger, artist, entrepreneur, or anything in between, Squarespace has you covered. From personal portfolios to robust e-commerce solutions, Squarespace offers you all of the tools you need to shine. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Ben and David to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
So from the back of the ship, we're going to hop to the front of the ship and make our way up to deck 14, where you'll find the Sky Bar. Now this is a lovely bar which has some comfortable seating and some fantastic views from the very, very top of the ship.
Yeah, it's a really nice area. Again, we think this area would be great at sunset. And as you walk around, you'll see lots of comfy seating areas, different tables and things to chill out and enjoy the sunshine. There's several games like table tennis, paddle tennis, a small putting green. It's a great area just to enjoy some sports. And then as we get to the very front of the ship, you're offered some panoramic viewing as well, which is really great with lots of sun lounges and seating areas looking towards the front of the ship. So we're just walking all the way around to the other side now, and you can see the tennis court there. There's plenty to do on board.
You can also learn how to do archery, which is something unique that we have never seen on a cruise line before. I will warn you though, if you do see me with a bow and arrow, I'd be scared.
Yep, run guys, because unfortunately we couldn't hit bullseye this time. You can see there's a towel station as well for complimentary use towels as well while you're outside, and some very comfortable seating. Now this will lead all the way back around to the sky bar. It's a big circle where you can walk around with plenty of different areas to chill out. Now, like usual, there's no deck 13 on this cruise ship due to superstition, so we'll go down to deck 12. It's a small outdoor area with some lovely seating. On the right hand side, there's supposed to be the zone outdoor play area for kids, but it was closed on our cruise because it wasn't quite ready yet. But on the other side, you've got some lovely, comfortable seating and areas just to chill out.
This area can be cordoned off and used for private events, and it's also attached to the boardroom, which is a space that can be hired out.
Now let's head down one deck more back to deck 11, and this is just a lovely outdoor walk where you'll find several things including seats and chairs, as well as lots of deck games as well. You've got all of the traditional deck games here on Cunard. There's several scattered throughout the ship. On the right hand side, you'll see the solarium area. That's called the Pavilion. You'll want to stay tuned for that. We're going to have a full look around in just a few minutes. Now, there is supposed to be an outdoor wellness studio here as well, just coming up on the right, but it wasn't quite ready on our cruise yet. We're sure it'll be ready very soon. But yeah, lots of outdoor seating areas, some of them smoking as well.
So now get your key ready as we enter the Grill's Terrace. This is an exclusive area just for those who are staying in Queen's Grill and Princess Grill suites. This is an outdoor area with lots of comfortable seating.
Yeah, this will be a great area on a sea day when it's very busy on the other areas of the decks, because this is an exclusive area just for those in suites. You'll find something cold in here, some nice drinks and some nibbles throughout the day with waiters on hand. And again, you can see all of the lovely, comfortable seating areas. There's so much space here. You'll also find 2 large hot tubs on either side of the ship as well, which is great. And we'll look inside just in a moment. We'll go into those suite areas because they are really lovely. And you can see the glassware there just ahead, which looks into those suite areas just one deck below. So it's a really good position. So we'll go one deck down now to take a look at the grill area. So this is the area for the suites, the internal area, and it is really lovely. We do love the decor on the ship. We think they've done such a fantastic job. On the left-hand side, you'll see the Princess Grill. So this is the restaurant for princess guests, but we'll have a look at that in just a moment. On the right-hand side, you've got a concierge desk. Lots of seating areas in this little lounge area as well. And there you can see the tree, which leads up to that glass dome that we just saw outside. So there's lots of lovely light in here as well. And there's also a bar. But straight ahead, we've got the Queen's Grill. So this is the top tier of suites. Yes, there isn't just one tier of suites. There's three really. You've got the Club, Princess, then Queen's Grill. So this is the top of the scale. And this restaurant really is beautiful. Stunning colours, golds and greens and blues with panoramic windows all the way around the ship. Now, we didn't get to eat in here, unfortunately, because we weren't staying in one of the suites, but we should imagine the food here will be top notch. And we really did love this restaurant. It just looks absolutely spectacular. It reminded us of Enchanté on the brand new Disney Wish restaurant. Very, very similar indeed.
So back into that suite lounge, it really is a lovely area, nice and bright with that big light coming through the roof there. Now we're going to head into the Princess Grill. This is the dining room for those staying in the Princess Grill suites.
Again, a lovely space. It's basically just on the opposite side of the ship with a slightly different decor. It doesn't look quite as bougie as the other one, but it still is really nice with all of those panoramic windows. That's the most important thing. When you're eating dinner at sunset, that's exactly what you're going to want to see. Or when you're pulling into port in the morning and you come here for breakfast, really, really lovely. So these restaurants are open for breakfast, lunch and dinner, which is great. So you can eat all of your meals in here or choose to eat elsewhere on the ship. I really would love to try a suite on the ship because it was lovely. But again, look at this elevator area on deck 12. Isn't it just really lovely? We're loving all of the artwork, the different dark colours and lovely carpets. The signage all around the ship. We've came up to deck 12 now at the very front of the ship where there's a few different venues. We just love the pictures hanging on the walls here. These are all from famous people like Ed Sheeran and Meryl Streep. All the people who've been on Cunard ships before, and they have a little message. It's really, really fantastic. We just love it.
Now we're coming into one of our favourite venues. This is the Commodore Club, and this is at the very front and the top of the ship. You get some fantastic views from here through those amazing panoramic windows which wrap all the way around the front of this space. It's nice and bright, it's nice and comfortable with lots of comfortable seating. It's a great space just to chill out and read a book during the day, and I suspect some fantastic drinks on a night as well.
Yeah, it really is a lovely space, and something that we really appreciate are the sizes of all of these venues and the number of them as well, because Queen Anne is quite a small ship really. She only holds 3,000 passengers. I know you're probably saying only holds, but some of the biggest ships now, like Icon of the Seas, hold 7,000 plus people, which is really crazy. So she is quite an intimate, small ship compared to a lot of the other ships around now, especially a lot of the new ones. It really is a lovely space, and again, the decor in here is just perfect. Modern yet traditional, comfortable, warm. You'll have live piano music on an evening as well, and that bar behind looks really fantastic. It looks very classy, very nice. We can imagine spending some lovely evenings on board here.
And just next door you've got Churchill's, which is the smoking lounge on board. Now this one is lovely because it actually has some nice windows, which makes it a lovely relaxing space.
You can also buy things like cigars and cigarettes from the cabinet here as well if you do fancy a puff. Also on this deck you've got the library, and as soon as we walked in this room we were like, wow, this is just beautiful. Soft, comfortable furniture, again those gorgeous panoramic windows, and so many different types of books to chill out and relax. It really is a gorgeous space. I hope it's coming across on camera as it did in real life, because it just felt really wonderful. A little bit like Viking cruises, a little bit like the new Saga ships. Very nice. You've got all of the natural woods and different types of furniture and materials, and we just really enjoyed these spaces.
And it's so nice to see a library on a cruise ship, because many ships do remove them. But Cunard, nope, they firmly have one on the ship here, and it's a big library as well.
Now across decks 9 and decks 10 is one of our favourite spaces on board. It's called the Pavilion Solarium. Now this area is all season, so it has a big retractable roof if the weather's nice, but if the weather isn't nice it closes to create a lovely space where you can still enjoy all of the pool areas. Cunard offers some really fantastic itineraries all around the world with different climates, so this is a fantastic space. Now just ahead here is the Pavilion Bar, offering all of your favourite drinks. Then you've got the Pavilion Gelateria, so it offers some lovely ice creams there. And just next door you've got the Pavilion Grill as well, offering things like hot dogs, burgers, hot food, and this is all included in the price of your cruise.
The pavilion area is really lovely. They've got lots of tables and chairs, meaning that you can enjoy some food out here. But if you just want to relax with a good book or a fantastic sea view, they've got nice comfortable seats as well. Now there's 3 hot tubs here and 1 large pool area, which is perfect. And they also have live music throughout the day and that screen which shows movies as well.
I've got to say, I really do love seeing a solarium on a cruise ship, just in case the weather isn't great. We're just going to head up these spiral staircases now, just up to deck number 10, where we'll find some more goodies. Now straight ahead you've got a little dining area which is connected to the wellness cafe and bar. Now we couldn't tell if the wellness cafe was an extra charge or not. It's open for lunch and breakfast, offering healthy type foods, lots of plant-based foods and responsibly sourced meats as well. There's a nice little menu there as well. You can buy some drinks if you'd like as well, but nice seating area with lots of windows and areas overlooking the whole of the pavilion, which is really lovely. All along the sides there's lots of different areas, again lots of seats as well as comfy sofas looking on the area for when they do have entertainment in here. It really was a wonderful, surprising space. We really did enjoy this area. So that's all of the top deck areas covered. We're going to head down to deck 3. Most of the things on the ship in the centre of the ship are located on decks 3 and decks 2. We're at the very back of deck 3 now, where you're going to find the 2-level Britannia dining room. So this is the main dining room for people not in suites, so the regular Britannia type cabins. This space is huge. It's located over 2 decks. This is the upper deck on deck 3, and it really is lovely. It's got a red theme with lots of elegant golds and lights and lots of mirrors, and you can look down into the center as well. It really is a nice bright dining room, again surrounded by natural light, which we love to see.
So we're going to stay on deck 3 and have a walk to the front of the ship. We're currently strolling through the photography centre, and this is where you can purchase the photos taken by the shipboard photographers. and I suspect a lot of people like to get their photo taken on Cunard, especially on those elegant evenings.
Now, as we said, we haven't sailed with Cunard before, but our next series will be on the Queen Mary 2, so the world's only ocean liner, where we're going to be taking the famous transatlantic cruise. So make sure you do stay subscribed for that, because it's sure to be fun. We're just approaching the centre of the ship, so the main atrium area. And you're walking ahead, you'll see a bar on your right hand side. This is the Corinthia bar, and it's connected to the Corinthia lounge. On the left side, you'll see lots of shops. There's quite a few shops on board, so that's great if you're fancying spending some money.
One thing that surprised us was, despite being a very British cruise line, all the prices on board were in US dollars, so do be aware of that when you're on board the ship. Next we have the Corinthia Lounge, and this is a lovely area, great place to grab a coffee and a little snack and get some of those lovely sea views.
You'll often find live entertainment here in the form of a piano player as well. Now on the other side of the atrium, you've got more shops, lots of perfume shops, watches, things like that. The usual that you'll find on any cruise ship. And this takes us to the very centre, the heart of the ship, the main atrium area with those staircases, the lovely artwork, the lovely ship artwork there as well. Some seating areas. We're going to be taking a look at every single deck, so don't worry, we're going to get to everything. Now, we have taken a look at some of the other ships on YouTube to see what they're like, and this one does feel a lot more modern. There is still woods, but not as many as on the older ships. It feels a lot more like a regular cruise ship, but we have to say that the decor is just beautiful. We love the whites, reds, blues. It feels very nautical, and it feels like they put a lot of effort into the theming. It's like we said earlier on, it's not all greys and very sterile, hospital-like. It is still got that lovely traditional feel of a cruise ship, and it's something that we expected to see, and we're glad that we did. And we're not actually finished with the outdoor areas, because here on the right hand side you'll see a door going to the Promenade deck. This is a full walk around deck on deck 3. The area here is covered by lifeboats, and it was quite miserable and raining, so we couldn't get all the way around.
As we're walking towards the back of the ship, there's even more shopping, selling all your usual stuff, jewels, perfumes, all things like that. This is actually where we bumped into Lucy from Cruising as Crew. Do check out her YouTube channel as well. She does great YouTube videos, and we were chatting here for a while.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of famous people on here and lots of other bloggers, so it was really nice to catch up with everybody because it was sort of an event. It was a one-night event, so we didn't get to cruise on Queen Anne, but we were invited by Cunard. We didn't have to pay to come on the ship, but it didn't go anywhere, so it wasn't a real cruise. It was just kind of a media event where we could walk around, take some videos and things like that. Cunard didn't tell us what to say or do, so we had free reign to do whatever we did on board. And as we said, we were really, really impressed with the ship. It really is lovely. But as we turn to make a turn towards the back of the ship again, we're going to come on to the Queen's Room. Now, this is a famous venue on Cunard, apparently. It's a lovely little stage area for some dancing, ballroom dancing, as well as entertainment as well. We saw some rehearsals taking place here for some kind of show. There's a large screen in the background as well, so we imagine that this space is used for trivia and things like that. But it's really lovely. Doesn't it just look fantastic? We love all of the lighting, all of the different colours and textures. It really is fabulous. And there's some seating areas below, which we're going to see in a minute on deck 2, and some seating areas here on deck 3 as well.
On the left, you'll see the Cunard shop, which is where you can get all your Cunard branded souvenirs. It's quite a small shop actually for a branded shop, but we're going to come into the casino now. So if you do have a big win in the casino, the shops are not too far behind you. We've got some machines here on the left. It's not the biggest casino we've seen, especially compared to some American cruise lines where the casinos are much larger, but it does have a casino on board here on Cunard. Now, one interesting fact is that the whole casino is completely smoke-free. There isn't a smoking area at all, which is great for us as we are not smokers. But do be aware of that if you are a smoker and you're wanting to have a smoke in the casino. No, you are not allowed to do that on Cunard.
Just on the other side of the casino is the casino bar, and this looks down to deck 2 as well. There's lots of lovely comfortable seating to enjoy a drink here, and I have to say I agree with David. It's 2024, we have no problems with people smoking, but we don't like the smoke inside, we're not used to it. But this is a really nice area now to come and enjoy a drink, even if you're not gambling.
So we're going to head down to deck 2 now. We're actually just looking down to deck 2 here, and we love all the different textures on board, and particularly all the different colours and all the artwork. It isn't something we expected from Cunard, but it is really lovely to see, because as Ben said earlier, a lot of ships now are going very plain and very bland, but this had a lot of life and a lot of colour and texture to it, which was really, really lovely. Now we're coming up to another favourite on board Cunard, and this is the Golden Lion. It's a British style pub on board. Doesn't just do drinks, you can also dine in here as well. It serves a menu of British pub classics, which is an extra charge. But this is quite a spacious venue. It feels very large, and it even has a stage for live music as well. It really does feel like a British pub.
And again, in venues that would normally be interior facing, there's windows all around on both decks 2 and 3 as well, which we really do appreciate. So the Golden Lion, or the buffet as well, are great locations to dine if you don't fancy dressing up on those formal nights, because formal nights here on Cunard are taken very, very seriously indeed. Everybody does tend to dress up apparently with bow ties and lovely dresses or suits. So yeah, expect that, but there are places where you can dine elsewhere. We're just coming up to the very front of the ship now on deck number 3, and it's the Royal Court Theatre. Here you'll find some really good entertainment, your normal cruise entertainment, as well as plays as well. And it really is a large space, very bright, very comfortable as well. The seats in here had lots of space between them, lots of legroom, and were very plush and very luxury. We did love the theatre, and again, for the size of ship, we're really surprised how big it is.
And just on the other side of the ship, next to that theatre, is the Morel Salon, and this is where you can get your haircut and lots of beauty treatments.
And just forward of this wellness area is the Bright Lights Society. Now, how cool does this look? It's got a fab entrance. Once you go inside, you're presented with kind of like a nightclub vibe. Lots of different things going on here, from improv, comedy, live music and performances. And it really is a lovely space. It feels like a speakeasy, lovely premium furniture, great lighting as well, and a lovely bar. It should be a great space to enjoy some evening entertainment.
Now, moving backwards, we're heading back into the Queen's room, but on the lower level. There's a nice large bar there just on the left, and it's a really expansive space. You can see this is going to be a really popular spot on board the ship, but it does feel like there's enough seating and enough space for everybody.
Again, it's really bright as well, which is fabulous. There is a large dance floor, which we should imagine is going to be for ballroom dancing, maybe classes as well. And again, they were practicing and rehearsing here for some musical numbers as well. So expect to see some lovely live entertainment here.
Can Ben and David please take to the floor?
No, thank you. I'm not dancing for anybody. Now we're going to continue walking towards the back of the ship in the centre of the ship, and here you'll find things like voyage sales for future cruises where you can book all of your future cruises with extra discounts and things whilst you're on board. And here you'll find the shore excursions desks as well if you want to book any of those shore excursions. Again, every area is themed really nicely. It's not just left with white walls. You'll find lots of woods, lots of browns and creams, and really fancy carpets as well. We saw loads of really lovely carpets on board. Very unique to anything we've seen on any other cruise ship.
So we're heading into the centre of the ship again, and this area is called the Grand Lobby. Now we're going to come up to the chart room bar, and this was a popular bar on board. It served a real mix of drinks and cocktails, and again lots of comfortable seating and lots of sea views. I just love all the colours in here. It feels very British with red, white and blue.
It really does, and you can see those carpets that I was talking about. They're really cool, guys. It's a lot of thought has gone into the design of the ship, and I have to say it probably is one of the most beautiful ships that we've explored for a long time, especially from a new cruise ship. It really is quite spectacular in person. So this is the grand lobby over those 3 decks, and it really is lovely. Now on the opposite side to the chart room and bar, you've got the Britannia Club Restaurant. This restaurant is for those staying in club type cabins. Now these cabins are very similar to a regular balcony cabin, but they're specified as club. You get things like a coffee machine and some extra benefits as well as your own smaller dining room. Now stay tuned because next week we're going to show you around our Britannia Club cabin and lots of other cabins as well. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. It does have a different menu in here as well, which is great.
Now, it does lack the grandeur of the main dining room, but it feels a lot more intimate and relaxed.
Our top tip would be, as soon as you get on board the ship, no matter where you're dining, go see the maitre d' in the restaurant that you're allocated to see if you can get a window seat, because there are lots of window seats. Anyway, the chart room is on our left hand side where we just had a look around, and we're just walking towards the very back of the ship.
Now we are just walking through the large art gallery. Of course, you can just have a walk and look through here, but actually you can purchase all these artworks. They tend to have an auction during the cruise.
Now, I know I mentioned earlier on, she isn't a massive ship, which is really nice to see. Now, we didn't get to spend long enough on board to really try out everything, so we're not giving our opinions on things like the food and stuff like that. Stay tuned for that for future vlogs, hopefully. But she's not massive, so she is quite easy to get around. There's no really long walks to places, which is really fabulous as well. And we're at the very back of the ship now, back in that Britannia restaurant, the main dining room, but on the lower level. And as you can see, it is very grand and very lovely, something you expect to see on this type of ship. This level is all blues, whereas before it was all reds on the other level.
So now let's head down to the very final deck, Deck 1. It's quite unusual you get Deck 1 on a cruise ship actually, and this is the purser's office. Now, purser's office is just a very posh way to say customer services or guest services.
Yeah, so if you have any problems with your cruise, this is where you'll come. Just connected to it is the games room as well, so lots of different games to choose from, board games. You've got chess tables and things like that, which is really fantastic. But this is the the Pièce de Résistance. Oh, I don't know if I pronounced that right. It's the Grand Lobby, and it really is a lovely area. It really is a fantastic area just to come and chill out, maybe enjoy a drink. Lots of different seating areas here as well.
And across the way is the drawing room, and this is another little additional space for you to come in and read a book, maybe play a game. It's quite a nice area. It's a sort of mini library compared to the library that you find upstairs.
Now, finally, at the very front of the ship, you've got the spa and wellness area with lots of different areas to come and relax. You'll also find the fitness center in here, which is really well equipped with spinning machines, lots of weights, lots of cardio machines, just about anything you would expect on a cruise ship. And we have to say, even here, the theming is lovely. They've not just left it all white and boring. It's got a nice feel in here as well, which is really fantastic. No space was left undone, which we really do appreciate. Again, lots of the different machines, all very modern as well. So if you do fancy working out on a cruise, this is where to come. This is the relaxation room before you enter any of the areas in the spa. So you can purchase things like massages. There's also a thermal suite area as well, which we're going to see just now, with a big thalassotherapy room. Lots of warm seating as well. Guys, sorry about my pronunciation. You know what I'm like. But yeah, this is an extra pay area to come and enjoy. Surrounding these areas, you'll find lots of different spas. This is an ice room, so a nice cold room. You've also got a Himalayan salt room and a normal sauna as well. Several different areas to come and relax. You've also got lots of treatment rooms as well. You've got a single treatment room. You've got a room for couples as well, where you can enjoy a nice massage or something, a shower, and there's also a sauna nearby as well. You can also get acupuncture from the ship's doctor as well on board, and some unusual therapies as well. But that's it for our ship tour of the Queen Anne. Do let us know what you thought of it, and thank you so much for joining us. Here's a sneaky peek of next week's episode, where we're going to show you around a lot of the cabins and big suites, as well as vlogging around the cruise ship.
Big thank you as well to our patrons. Your support really does mean the world to us. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, click the link in the description section below, and in return for your support, you receive extra benefits like advert-free videos. We do a monthly Zoom chat and behind the scenes videos as well.
That's it till next time. Happy cruising!